Been reading a book called The Science of Getting Rich, and I've been listening to this Canadian author called Bob Proctor. And the guy is all about energy. The guy is all about manifesting. The guy is all about visualizing, yet executing, yet measuring your goals as well. He talks about three things: A type goals, B type goals, and C type goals. A type goals are things which we're very familiar with, something we can easily do, like, okay, I'll go and make a sandwich or I'll lose 1 kg. B type goals are a little bit challenging given a certain time frame, like, okay, I'll make, let's say, I'll make 40 kilometers in cycling, or I lose about 5 kg in a day or a week, or like very unrealistic. C type goals are something completely whack, completely, like, if you tell someone and you'll be like, what is he talking about? For Permeet and I, that's with Wiser, like, trying to build a community like the largest. Yeah, that's a C type goal.
And it's
So
becoming a B type, guys. So congratulations.
for sure, for sure, yes. So when you have that C type goal, what you're trying to do is you are putting yourself in that box. You're trying to put yourself in that trajectory. Now, of course, as life happens, you might be, like, bouncing around the box. By that, what I mean is that sometimes you might not meet your target, sometimes you might not meet your subset goals, etc., etc. You're a little bit off, you're a little bit there. However, you're in the same box, and just having that vision in mind. And I've seen Permeet, especially Permeet, whenever because I'm more familiar with Permeet, and I can speak from my own experience. Whenever he sets his eye on a C type goal, it's just he's just locked in, he's just focused in, and whatever he does around that, whether it be physical, spiritual, in terms of his relationship, everything aligns, and it has to align. Otherwise, you really won't be in that same trajectory. So I feel like this is one thing that Bob Proctor really helped me understand, because once you start thinking about that whack goal, once you start thinking about that goal that, like Parmeet was telling you before we started the podcast, that, like, people will be like, damn, what is he talking about? What is he on? I want to have the same stuff. He's completely out of his mind. That's when, like, you set yourself on a trajectory for something great. And the things that we do, he calls this as a subconscious competent. You'll sometimes you'll meet people, they're so good at their job, they're amazing, and they're high producers, and they won't even know that they are. And if you ask them, like we ask you, like, I was watching the last episode, we kept complimenting you, we kept talking about you, and you're like, eh, this is just all in a day's worth of work. Yeah, because you're a high producer, and this is what Bob, if Bob Proctor, me, he rest in peace, he passed away, but if he were talking to you, he'd be like, you're a subconscious competent. You are a high producer, you are on that tangent, but you don't know. Same thing with Parmeet, same thing with me, if we were to put ourselves in that category. So it's yeah, when Parmeet was talking about it, this really came to my mind. I've been listening to him, and I was like, this really makes sense. We might not be aware of our type C goals. Like, actually, we might not have written it down. At the same time, we have written it down, but just not thinking that's a type C goal. So that's just a food for thought for you guys. And I want to ask both of you, like, I know Parmeet and I, we have our type C goal with Wiser, of course, that's there. But apart from that, apart from Wiser, Parmeet, what is your other type C goal? If you guys have Omar, what is your type C goal? Just like to know about it.